Hi everyone, today is Friday, February 10th, and today you have homework 3 is due, and you have quiz 1. Are you able to see the quiz on Blackboard? Yes, okay. So don't forget to take the quiz. Once you open it, you have 30 minutes to submit your quiz. Okay. Yeah.
Is it open note?
No. Right. Please review your notes and then close your notes and then do the quiz. Yes. Okay. Because the quiz is just prepare you for the exam. Your exam won't be open notes. And your exam problems will be harder than your quiz problems. So yeah, get used to it. Okay. So last time we talked about 1.6 and we were behind schedule. Okay, so let's see. By the way, if you have questions on some notes, please ask me, okay? Come to my office hours. If you're not available during my office hours, you can email me. I don't mind to meet you in the evening virtually, okay? So, yeah. And besides me, I would also recommend you to schedule a tutor. So, OSS, they have free tutoring services. So let's do all we can to improve, okay? So if you know something you don't understand, ask. Do not wait until the last minute, okay? We learn from our mistakes, and yes, and later on you do the practice exam, you also realize like for those problems we have some similar examples in class, right? And yeah, and I give you the practice exams, you can work on it, make sure you understand each problem and know how to solve them, because your actual exam problems are similar to the practice exam, but I don't guarantee they have the same difficulties. Okay, your actual exam might be harder than the practice exam, because sometimes it's hard to make a good problem. What I mean, for example, this problem, the solution are so nice, but in general, and when I make it a problem, the numbers won't be that nice. Okay, so you might have a quadratic equations that you cannot factor it. Then you have to use the quadratic formula. Okay, everybody? Mm-hmm. All right. So last time we talked about the nth root, and then continue. So hidden quadratic equations. So some equations are not quadratic, but can be made to look quadratic through the use of a substitution. The idea is to replace the variable with something that will give a quadratic, and solve it, and then go back to solve the original variable. The letter U is traditionally used for such a substitution. So the technique of solving such these is called making a U substitution. Okay, your book use T, but U is more common. Okay, for example here. This is x to the -4. This is x to the -2. This is not quadratic for sure. But do you realize x to the -4 is actually x to the -2 square? Can you recognize that? Plus 4 equal to 0. So recognize x to the -4 is x to the -2 square, right? By the exponent rule, we have x to the a times x to the b is x to the a plus b. X to the a to the power of b is x to the a times b. So -4 is like -2 times 2. So this is x to the -2 square. Right, everybody? Then you realize, oh, I have x to the -2. I have x to the -2. If I call u, I do a u substitution, let u be x to the -2. Well, then this term becomes u squared. And x to the negative 2 is u. Wow. Do you see? Now we get a quadratic equation. Okay? So the equation might not be quadratic, but after a substitution, we will get a quadratic equation. And usually, this kind of problems, you have three terms. And some term, some x power, is the square of the other one. Okay, everybody? All right. How do we solve this? Factor it. So u 4 is what? 1 4 or 2 2, right? Everybody? 1 4. But if you use 1 4, 4 plus 1 is 5. 4 minus 1 is 3. Do they give you 4 in the middle? Mm-hmm. So we pay 2 2. Plus or minus? Minus 2, minus 2. Because this is plus. Therefore, it's either plus plus or minus minus. Right, everybody? Now you see, minus 2u, minus 2u. Add them together, we get minus 4u. Right? So this is actually the complete square. See, u minus 2, u minus 2. We get u minus 2 square equal to 0. That means u minus 2 is 0. Add 2 on both sides. We get u equals 2. Right, everybody? And are we done? We're looking for x. But this is just u. Right, everybody? What is u? U is x to the negative 2. Okay, how do we get rid of negative 2? So x to the negative 2 is 2. To get rid of negative 2. So you want to have x. X is like x to the 1, right? 1 multiplied by negative 2 to get 1. What multiplied by negative 2 to get 1? Negative 1/2. Right, everybody? Okay. Both sides. Raise to the power of negative 1/2. So 2 to the negative 1/2. Okay. What's negative mean? It means we can move that thing in the denominator. Right? Everybody? Yeah, negative exponents means we can move it down in the denominator. And what is 1/2? That is square root of 2. Right? By the way, you don't have to simplify it. You just leave your answer like that. It's okay. But I just want to practice with you. Okay, what negative means? It means if you move it downstairs, then your exponent becomes constant. And then 1/2 is square root. All right. So, and then this one. What is your u? What's your u? You see something is something square? U is x to the what? 2/3? 1/3. Yes. Then x to the 2/3 will be u squared. Okay? Alright. Let me say, let u be the smaller one. If you get confused, oh, we should let u be x to the 2/3 or x to the 1/3. Remember to let u to be the smaller one, okay? And the bigger one will be u squared. Right, everybody? Okay. Minus 6u plus 4 equals 0. See, now we have a quadratic equation. This is a wrong one. Oh, yes. Okay. Right. This one should be here. Okay. Thank you. And then when we try to factor it, we see 2 won't work, right? And 4 won't work. It will give us 5. It will give us 6. So in this case, we're not able to factor it. It's okay. Use the quadratic formula. Okay, what is the quadratic formula? Negative b. What is b here? Good. And then? Good. Square root of b squared. And then? Yeah, minus 4. What's a? Yes, c. Good. Over 2a. A is 1. Right, everybody? So x is negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Okay. If you cannot remember this, like I said, write it down on a piece of paper and then tape it on your door, okay? On your restroom door. So every day you go to the restroom. You have some time, right? Don't watch your phone. Watch the formula sheet. Yes. Okay. So negative become positive. And what is negative 6 squared? 36. 4 times 4? 60. Very good. Okay. What's 36 minus 16? That is 20, right? Do you know 20 is 4 times 5? What is square root of 4? 2. So 2 times square root of 5. Right? Anybody? Yes? Mm-hmm. All over 2. Questions? Can I cancel the 2 and the 6 and the 3 here? No, not yet. Because if you have somewhere different, you cannot just cancel one term. You need to factor the 2 on the numerator so that you have a product. Then you can cancel. Is that clear, everybody? Oh, because 20 is 4 times 5. And then you take square root. Square root of 4 is 2. And then square root of 5. Yes. So we see 2 is a common factor on the numerator. And what's left? Yeah, very good. So now you see we have multiplication. Now we can cancel the 2. So we get 3 plus or minus square root of 5. Okay? So we cannot just cancel the 6. We also need to cancel the 2. Okay? Make it as a multiplication. Got it. Then we can cancel. If it's some more subtraction, we cannot just cancel one term. Is that clear, everybody? Mm-hmm. Right. If you have questions, feel free to ask me. And so this is session 1.6. And the rest, I will let you to do at home. Okay, so do this exercise at home. You know, math is really need a lot of exercise, especially like algebra. In high school, it may take you 1 year to study algebra, but for us, it's only 1 semester. So we're learning a lot, right? So, okay. Let's continue. All right. Linear inequalities in one variable, session 1.7. Okay. So everybody has the new handout on 1.7? Okay, good. Suppose we want to write a set of real numbers between 2 and 4, including the 2 but not the 4. one way we can write it is using a compound inequality. So we say x is between 2 and 4, including the 2, so you put an equal sign there, right? Exclude the 4, so it's just less than 4, you don't put the equal sign, right? And the other way is use interval notation. Have you learned interval notation before? Okay, good. So this is how you do it, right? This is how you draw intervals. Okay. So today I wanted to show you a little bit different way because drawing a line there sometimes is not so clear. Because you have to make the line thicker. Okay. So my notation. So the notation I want you to use is like that. So you still put a solid dot there. And so solid dot there. And then you put a little rectangle there. So I hope you can use this notation. Okay. So in this way, it's not like you're not shading the line. So you can just make a little bit high and then shade this region, and then this is more clear. Okay. The good thing about using this notation is when later on when you talk about interval is like a set. If you have two sets and you want to do intersection, for example, okay. Later on, we talk about functions, and we talk about domain of functions, which is next week. Next week we talk about that. And then if you have two regions, let's say this is -2, this is 1, and this is open, and you have this region, and then you want to intersect with the regions 0 and 3. Let's say this is solid, including endpoints. Okay? If you use this notation, intersection, it means they are common region. So it's more clear. Oh, common region is the region under two lines. And this is the common region. And we know, oh, it's 0 included and 1 excluded. Okay? So using this notation is better later on when we do intersection or union. Okay? But if you use this notation, oh, when you draw it, oh, it looks like that, and then this, okay, and then this. It's everything on the line. It's not so clear what is going on, right? Anybody? So a suggestion is use this notation. Okay, and therefore all these becomes that and that. This one does not include the endpoint, and this one you just keep going on and keep going on, and here the left. So yes, these are intervals between two finite numbers, and this one x greater or equal to a. So greater is on the right, right? And this includes the endpoint, excluding endpoints. Here, this one, less than to the left. And you know, infinity and minus infinity, they're not number, right? It's a limit. You go approaching it. Okay? Get bigger, bigger, bigger. Therefore, you never reach infinity. That's why we use parentheses for infinity. Okay, everybody? And yes, similarly, we have this one, right? And for all, then you just draw the real number line. So this is all real numbers. Sometimes we use the notation, the set of all real numbers is all real numbers. And then you put a little vertical line there. This represents all real numbers. Okay, now fill in the following table. Okay, between -3 and 2. So you put -3 here, 2 here. So tell me, -3, we use brackets or parentheses? Parentheses, right, everybody? How about 2? Brackets. So -3, we put open circle or solid circle. Open. 2, solid, and then you put a line there. So this is a region. Is that okay, everybody? Okay, next one. X is between -2 and 3. Do we include a -2? No. So we just put less than. Do we include a 3? Yes, we put less than or equal. Right, everybody? Okay, -2. Open circle or solid circle? Open. 3. Solid. And then you put a line there and then shade the region. Right, everybody? Okay. Keep going. X greater or equal to 1. How do you write it?
Bracket 1.
Yes.
Infinity.
Yeah, very good. And then 1, we put open circle or solid circle? Solid. Left or right? Right. Yes. Okay. So keep going. All right. And then next one, -4 and 1. So -4, 1. Both use less than or equal, right? -4 and 1. Both use solid circles. And then shade the region. So far, so good, everybody? Yes? Okay, -2. So x is, because it's parentheses, we don't include the endpoint. So x less than -2. -2, open circle, less than to the left. So this is how we write on the graph and use the interval. Okay, are you ready? Okay, so keep going. Solve inequalities. Okay, it's similar to solving equations with one important difference. If you multiply or divide both sides of an inequality by a negative number, you must switch the directions of the inequality symbol. Everything else is the same except this. When you multiply or divide it by a negative number. So be careful, it puts the inequality sign. Everybody, do you know that before? Okay, good. All right. So solve the following inequality. And then use interval notation and grab it. Read the problem carefully. If you didn't use interval notation or you didn't grab it, you will lose some points. Okay, so here, what do we do first? Subtract 2. Then we have -5x. How about you guys take turns to answer my question? Hi, what's 7 minus 2? 5, yes. Next student. Yes, hi, what do we do next? Divided by -5. Ooh, so divided by -5, we got x. What happened to the inequality sign? Yes. And what's 5 over -5? -1. Good. Oh, x is bigger equal to -1. Next student, what is the interval notation? Parentheses or brackets? -1 and then infinity parentheses, right? Okay, graph it. So you put -1 here. So you don't have to draw a lot of numbers. Don't need to draw 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, just put down the important number. The important number is -1. Open circle or solid circle? Oh, solid, yes. Left or right? Right, yes. So just like that. Okay, everybody? Yeah. And then, okay, part B. Part B. Ooh, this is more complicated. It's okay. Just be patient and distribute. So let's distribute the -4. What do we get next, student? Mm-hmm. 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 And then? Yes. Good. Okay. Oh, do you see -4 and 4 cancel? Negative. Hey, oh, see? Do you see my mistake? Yes, sometimes I make mistake too. Yes. Okay. That thank you a lot. Okay. How about let's combine the like terms? How many x on the left hand side? Next students. Yes. And oh, do you see we can combine the constant term on the right side? And what is that? Thank you. Okay. What do we do next? Next student? Oh, did you skip him?
Oh, I'm sorry. You could add 2x to each side as well as subtract 4 from each side.
Yeah, okay. Add 2x on each side and subtract 4 on both sides. Okay, great. And then what's -7x plus 2x? -5x. And how about on the right hand side?
Um, -20.
Yes. Okay. Right, everybody? Okay. What do we do next? Divided by -5. Oh, okay. On the left, the -5 cancel that. What happened to the inequality? It changes. And then -20 over -5. What is that? 4. Right? We divide by -5. And this inequality sign is changed. Hi. What is the interval notation? Yeah, because we took pictures. I love to ask my students to pictures and answer my questions. So everybody has a chance to talk. Yeah. Parentheses? Good. And then? And then? Yeah, very good. So we have 4, right? Open circle or solid circle? Open. And left or right? Left. Yay. Very good. Right, everybody? Mm-hmm. Okay. So here, okay, the it doesn't print very nicely. Where is my C? and and this is the X. All right. So in this case, we have fractions. What is the least common denominator? 4 times 5 is 20. Right, everybody? If we have fractions, well, then we can find the LCD. Okay. And then each terms, we want to get the least common denominator. So look at the first one. What do we want to multiply? 5, yes. So 5 and 5. And then the second term, 2x plus 3 over 5. What do we want to multiply? 4. Okay. And the right hand side, we have x. What do we want to multiply? 20. Yes, everybody? Okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know why it's hiding it. It looks like something there. I don't know why. Oh, okay. So, first of all, we find the LCD. So LCD, here the denominator is 4, here the denominator is 5, right? So we collect all the denominator and find the list. And then we get, oh, that's 20. Then here we have 4. So what are we missing? We're missing the 5 to get 20. And here we have 5. What do we miss? Oh, we miss the 4. And then here, we have nothing, but we need 20. So that's what we do. Yeah, welcome. Okay, so now we get, you see both sides? Both sides, we have the common denominator 20. Now we can multiply both sides by, so multiply both sides by 20. Okay, and this step, be careful. Okay, so only multiply by a constant. Do not multiply by expressions involving x. Okay, let me just say x expression. Because that will change the solution. Okay, so when you work with equations, sometimes we multiply by an x expressions, right, everybody? But for inequality, we cannot do that because that x expression might be positive. Then your inequality sign will remain the same. But if that x expression is negative, it flips the inequality. So therefore, do not multiply by any x expression because we don't know whether they are positive or negative. Okay? In session 1.8, we will talk about how do we do that. But I want to keep the 1.8 after we learn chapter 4. Right? So your exam 1 will be chapter 1. So it's 1.1 to 1.7. 1.8 we don't do that yet. Yeah. But just be careful. Only multiply by the constant for now. Don't multiply by any x expressions. Okay? For inequality. Equation you can do it, but inequality don't do it. Okay, so now we got x minus 1 times 5 minus 2x plus 3 times 4 less than equal to 20x. Right? Because we multiply by a positive number, the inequality sign remains the same. Okay, next student. This should be, what do you get? And then? Yeah, can keep going. Times 4? Yes. Plus or minus? So you can imagine this is like negative 4, and then you multiply by it. So negative 4 times 3 is negative 4 times 3 is 12, right? Less than equal to 20. Okay, let's combine the like terms. Next student. Negative 3x. Good. And then what do we do next? Let's see. Okay. Hi. What do we do next? Add the 3x? Oh. See? That's my mistake. Yes. Sometimes I make mistakes too. So it's very important to check your work. Okay. I remember one time when I was in college taking the exams, I try to finish faster so I can have time to check my work. And that exam, I checked my work 5 times, and every time I can find a mistake. So please keep checking. Yeah, if you have extra time, keep checking. Okay, yes. Yeah, we have 3x. Okay, negative 17 less than equal to 23x. Then what happened? Both sides divided by 23, right? And 23 is a positive number. It won't change the inequality. But you usually want to write the x on the left hand side. Do you see if x is on the right hand side, you have less than equal. But if you put the x on the left hand side, you will have greater than or equal. Right? Everybody? Greater than or equal. Minus 17 over 23. Is that okay, everybody? Because we move the x to the left. Okay, how do we use the interval notation? Parentheses or brackets? Bracket, negative 17 over 23, greater than, it goes to infinity. And we cannot reach infinity, that's why parentheses. And when you graph it, just put negative 17 over 23. Don't put other number. Don't put 0, 1. You don't have to make it precise scale. Okay? Just put that number, negative 17 over 23. Open circle or solid circle? Solid, left or right? Right, yes. So this is the picture. Right, everybody? Okay. So this is how we solve inequality. Now, compound inequality. Operations must be done to all three parts. You not just have left hand side and right hand side. You have three parts. Okay, everybody? So, look at the following. What do we do first? We want to solve for x. What do we do first? Add 1 on each part, right? So, add 1. What's 2 plus 1? 3. And then we add 1. Here is the 1 cancel. What's 8 at 1? 9. Good. And then next, divided by negative 3. What happened to the inequality? Yeah, they both flip. And minus 3 cancel. What is 3 over minus 3? Negative 1. What is 9 over negative 3? Negative 3. Good. By the way, when you use interval notation, make sure the number on the left is less than the number on the right. See? Minus 1 is bigger than minus 3. So we should rewrite it. So we rewrite it. We get negative 3 less than equal to x less than equal to minus 1. Right, everybody? So it's between negative 3 and negative 1. Open circle or solid circle? Solid for both, right? And it's between them. So include the endpoints, we use brackets. So it's between minus 3 and minus 1. So this is how we solve compound inequality. So far, so good, everybody? Okay, increased difficulty, absolute value inequality. How many of you have learned absolute value inequality? Raise your hand. How many of you have learned absolute value? Okay. All right. So what is absolute value? Absolute value, okay, so we have a real number line. This is a 0. This is like the x. Absolute value is the distance between x and the 0. Right, everybody? Therefore, the absolute value is always greater or equal to 0. Right? Remember we talked about that before when we solved equation involving absolute value. Now, for inequality, let's say U and A. So U and A. What does that mean? U, absolute value is the distance between U and 0. The distance is less than equal to A. Look at the picture. So 0 is here. Let's say A is a positive number. This means the distance between 0 and U is less than A. So which means the U must be between minus A and A because your distance to 0 is smaller. So it must be inside the region. Minus A and A. Right, everybody? So here, distance small. Therefore, it's inside. Okay, inside minus A and A. And because it could be equal, that means it can be equal to the endpoint. Right, everybody? So distance small inside. And then here, this is small inside, but not include A. Therefore, don't include A and minus A. Right? Make sense? Okay, this one. Distance bigger equal to A. So distance is big. Right? Distance big. So their distance big. So it could be far away from the 0. Therefore, it's outside its range. Right? So distance big, then it's outside. What outside means? Well, outside this region, it could be less than minus A or greater than A. That's outside. Right, everybody? So, but if you can include the A, then you include the endpoint as well. If you exclude the A, then you exclude the endpoint as well. Okay? So, move your hands. This is small. Inside. Everybody move your hands. This is small. Inside. This is big. Outside. Exactly. Okay, let me ask you. Do you do this or that? Inside. Move your hand. Move your hand. This one? Outside. And this one? Outside or inside? Inside. This distance less than equal to. This one? Outside. Okay, everybody? Yes. Okay, now come back. Here, x absolute value of x less than 3. So what do you say? Inside. Do we include a 3? Not equal, not equal. So inside, not include a 3. Therefore, you get negative 3 less than x less than 3. Inside, it means boundary between minus A and A. Right, everybody? Not include a 3. So therefore, you get negative 3 and 3. Open circle or solid circle? Open. And you use parentheses. Right? Everybody? Mm-hmm. Inside. Okay. Part B. What's that? Outside. What's outside means? Outside. And here, do you see the equal sign? Mm-hmm. So outside, less than equal to minus A. A is 5 in this case. Right? So less than equal to negative 5 or greater equal to 5. Is that okay, everybody? Outside. So less than equal to negative 5 or greater equal to 5. Okay, how do we draw the picture? Negative 5 and 5. Open circle or solid circle? Solid circle. And it's outside. Okay, how do we draw interval notation? we put, look at the graph. Here it goes to minus infinity. So we put minus infinity, comma, -5. Parentheses or brackets? Brackets. And if you want to say it's this interval or this interval, you put the union symbol. So this is a union symbol. Okay. And then you put 5 to infinity. Okay. Union symbol is like or. Okay. And the symbol is really like a U, but you don't have the tail. Okay. So that is or. And similarly, we have intersection. So intersection. That means and. And it looks like an and. This and looks like an and, but you don't have the head. So union is a U without tail. Intersection is an and without a tail. Okay, everybody? Have you seen the union intersection before? Some of you, yes. Okay. So it's about set. So this is how you denote if you have two intervals. Okay, very good. Now, how about harder ones? Okay, when we have something like this, what do we do? So, what we had before is only x inside the absolute value. But now we have a harder expressions, right? But it's okay. You can consider this is one big thing. So this is like the distance, small or big. This is distance, small or big. Small. So outside or inside? Inside. Therefore, inside means bounded between what number? 9 and -9, right, everybody? And then you put whatever inside the absolute value. Put it here. Okay? If it's not only x, it's okay. It's whatever in here. Put it down. And it's bounded between 9 and -x. Inside. Yes, everybody? Now you get a compound inequality. Solve for x. What do? Subtract 1. What's -9 minus 1? -10. What's 9 minus 1? 8. Right, everybody? What do you do next? Divide it by 2. Ooh, what do you get? Yeah, -5 less than equal to x less than equal to 4. Good. -5 and 4. So we put open circle or solid circle? Solid. Right. And then parentheses or brackets? Bracket. Yes. Right. So this is what we get. So please do part B at home, and then on Monday we'll check our answers together. Again, small. This is small. Move your head. What do? This is big. Yes. Okay. Have a nice weekend. Don't forget you do the homework and quiz. Okay? Quiz by tonight.